What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Kelly Matthews, and today we're going to be talking about the kettlebell swing. I'm going to go through form, common mistakes, all the things you need to look for to get the perfect kettlebell swing. The kettlebell swing is a ballistic power exercise, so you really want to think about being explosive. It's not a good exercise for, building your glutes or building your hamstrings. It can be helpful, but there's better exercise selection if your main goal for the exercise is hypertrophy. So when we approach the kettlebell swing, we're going to approach it like a power exercise, and we're going to really try to be explosive and really try to frame it like a hip hinge movement that mimics a broad jump. First, I want to go over the anatomy of the bell, just some small things that you want to know about the bell before you get started. We're primarily going to be working with the handle of the bell, the straight part, but we also have the horns here. So if you're going to hold goblet grip, these are the horns, and then this is the bell portion of the bell. So to start with your kettlebell swing, we're always going to start on the ground. So we're never going to start with the bell up here and then just start like humping the air to get your kettlebell swing started. There's a way better way to do it that will help you get more power and also help you not get injured in the process of doing your kettlebell swing. So we're gonna start in what's called a tripod position. So my feet are about shoulder width distance apart, and the bell is about arm's length distance out in front of me, okay? So from there, we're gonna sit our hips back, bend our knees, and grab onto the handle of the bell. From there, we're gonna load up by tipping the handle toward us at a 45-degree angle, and then you're gonna sit into your hips and feel a little engagement through your hamstrings, your glutes, your posterior chain, and then we're gonna try and kind of squeeze some imaginary oranges underneath our armpits before we start. So this is your strong starting position. From here, you're gonna hike the kettlebell straight back, just like a football. So think about hiking really up high in your crotch and getting above the knee. So we don't really want to swing really, really low down here. We want to bring our hands really high up in toward your butt. Okay, so to start, we're going to hike it back, and that's where you start your swing. Once you're up, now you're not going to bend your knees quite as much. You're going to reach the bell back like you're trying to reach your thumbs to your butt cheeks. And then to get the bell up, you're just extending through your knees and hips at the same time. So you do want to get full extension of the hips and the knees, squeezing your quads, and you want to propel that bell up and out. Your arms should stay straight. They act as straps that just allow the bell to float up to about shoulder height. Another important piece is you need to allow the bell to drop before you break at the hips. So when the bell is out here, you're still locked out. Allow it to drop. Once it gets close to you, you're just gonna slingshot the bell back up to the top. Two other important things about the swing are your breath and your gaze. You don't really wanna tuck your chin too far, or you might make yourself dizzy because you're gonna be looking down and looking up and looking down and looking up. So what I like to do is find a spot out on the floor that I can keep my eyes fixed on that will keep my neck in a fairly neutral position. And then you'll also notice that I'm exhaling as I move through the extension portion of the swing. So that breath of exhaling at the hardest portion is gonna just help you get a little bit more power and get you in a good rhythm with your breath. And when we're at the bottom, you're bracing and kind of holding that breath in and then exhaling as you get out to the top. Some really common mistakes I see with the kettlebell swing, there are a lot, but I'm gonna go over the big ones. So the first one that I see all the time is people make their kettlebell swing way too hingy, okay? So they're sticking their butt way back and treating it almost like a straight leg deadlift in swing form. This is not going to put you in a powerful position. In order to generate power, we have to bend our knees a little bit more. Think about it like a broad jump. If I was gonna take off in that direction, I have to bend my knees. If I try to jump from this position, I'm not gonna get very far. So You do want to bend your knees, and you want to think about it just like a deadlift. When you deadlift from the floor, you're going to bend your knees. Okay, same thing goes here. So you're going to bend your knees, hips go back, and explode up that way. Don't go here, go here. Okay, so the angle of your torso should be about the same as the angle of your shins. Okay. Also, the timing of the bell. I went over this a little bit, but people will break at their hips a little too early, and it will just throw your rhythm off. You'll feel it if you're doing it wrong, and you're just going to have a hard time getting that kind of kick on the swing and getting it up in a good, fast, powerful way, because that's what this is all about. We're trying to make our hips move quickly and move some big weight. Another mistake I see is people swinging the bell way too low. So if your bell is swinging down here, this is not really a kettlebell swing. You want to keep your hands tight up by your thighs. And the way you know if you're doing it right is there should be no space between my arm and the rest of my body. Okay, so there should be contact at the bottom between my tricep and my rib cage essentially, and then my forearm and the inside of my thigh. That's how you know if you're swinging high enough. And the last one is not reaching far enough back. So doing a really shallow swing, and that'll look like this. It's just weird. It's like not, it just doesn't work. And you're just getting like a very small hip hinge. You're not getting a good stretch to your glutes and hamstrings. So make sure you're reaching far enough back to where you can really pop up to the top of your swing. All right, guys, that's everything you need to know in order to get the perfect kettlebell swing. I hope you learned something today. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe. And you can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Kelly L. Matthews. See you next time.